Dear students, today we will discuss some important definitions and terms used in plant pathology so we can understand our chapters and our syllabus of plant pathology very well. Now, what is plant pathology? Plant pathology is also known as phytopathology. Phytos means plant and pathos means suffering. The phytopathology is the study of the diseases of plants and covers the entire field of biological and scientific activity concerned with the understanding of this complex phenomenon. In simplest way, we can say phytopathology is the study of the nature, development and control of plant disease. Now, what is disease? Any harmful physiological changes in the plants which is result of interaction among the host, parasite and environment that is harmful to the plant or any part of the plant or product that reduces its economic value, that is called disease. What is pathogen? A pathogen is the agent any living organism like fungi, bacteria, viruses, mycoplasma, nematodes which attack plants. Most of the pathogens are parasite, but not all parasites are pathogen. The best example of this is nodule forming bacteria. Now, host. What is host? An organism that harbors or support the activities of parasites is known as host. Now, inoculum. Inoculum is the infectious material that can cause disease, and it is that portion of individual pathogens that is brought into contact with the host. This is inoculum. There are different levels of parasitism, or we can say various levels of parasitism. These are like this. Number one is obligate parasite. These parasites which are restricted to living tissues are called obligate parasites. These are also known as biotrophs. Or obligate is also used to denote those parasites which have not been grown in exogenic cultures, that is free from any other organism. Second one is facultative saprophyte. Facultative saprophytes are those parasites that may grow saprophytically, but they may be grown on non-living culture media in laboratory. Next is necrotrophs. Necrotrophs are similar to facultative parasites, but they kill the host. Next is obligate saprophyte. Organisms which have no relation with living cells and secure their nourishment from dead organic materials. Next is facultative parasites. Facultative parasites are those parasites that are ordinarily saprophytic, but under certain conditions they may become parasite. Examples are dumping of fungi such as Pythium and Rhizoctonia are good example of facultative parasite. Next is saprophytes. Saprophytes are those organisms which have no relation with the living cell and secure the nutrition from dead organic tissues or from available inorganic materials. Now, concept of pathogenesis and virulence. First one is, what is pathogenesis? It is a chain of metabolic events that brings about disease. Pathogenesis is the result of action of pathogen, susceptibility of plant and impact of environment. or we can say pathogenesis is the sequence of progress in disease development from the initial contact between a pathogen and its host to the completion of syndrome. Next is pathogenicity. Pathogenicity is the quality or characteristics of a pathogen to being able to cause disease. Next one is virulence. Virulence is used as a measure of degree of pathogenicity. A pathogen is comprised of several races of varying virulence, some of which may be virulent or some of which may not be virulent or non-virulent. Next is susceptibility. It is the inability of a plant to resist the effect of a pathogen or any other damaging factor. And opposite to susceptibility is the term resistance. Resistance is the inherent ability of a plant to prevent or to restrict the establishment and subsequent activities of a potential pathogen. Next one is aggressiveness. Aggressiveness is similar to the virulence and is capacity of parasite to invade, to grow and to reproduce in the host plant. And inoculation potential. Inoculation potential describes the degree of infectivity, or it is the energy of a fungal parasite available for infection of a host at the surface of the host organ to be affected. Next is disease syndrome. It is the totality of all the symptoms and signs of a disease. Now, stages in the development of disease. The chain of events in the development of disease is referred to as disease cycle. These events are: number one is inoculation. It is the process by which pathogen or its respiratory body is brought into contact with the host tissue. After inoculation, there is a penetration. This is the first step in the contact of inoculum with the host. Penetration may take place in one of a number of ways which are characteristics of the organisms, and some are influenced by the environment. Penetration may occur through wound, through natural opening, or through plant surface. Next step is infection. Infection is the establishment of a pathogen inside the host following penetration, in which a parasite relationship between the two organisms is established. Then invasion. Infection is followed by invasion, during which the pathogen is spread extensively into the tissues of the host. Incubation period. Incubation period is the time interval between the infection of plant and appearance of disease symptoms of the plant. We can say there may be a long period between penetration and infection and appearance of a disease, but ordinarily one follows the other. This interval of time between the penetration of the host by a pathogen and the first appearance of symptoms on the host is known as incubation period. Now, last one is disease development. It refers to a series of events which occur between the time of infection and complete development of disease. Some important terms we are discussing. Number one is reproduction of the pathogen. This is also included in the mechanism steps of the infection. Reproduction of the pathogen. Once the pathogen has established the contact with the host, it increases in size and number. Plant pathogens reproduce very fast and extremely in great number. Dissemination of the pathogen. Most of the pathogens depends upon the agent other than themselves for their dissemination. Such disseminating agents are wind, water, insects, men, and other animals. Next is overwintering of the pathogen. Since many of the plants attacked by the pathogens are annual and deciduous, and also since pathogen cannot live in a vegetative state in low winter or high summer temperature, they overwinter or oversummer as resting spores on the ground or on the dead host or on the alternative host. There are classification of plant diseases on the basis of spread and severity of the infection. These are endemic, epidemic, sporadic, and pandemic. Endemic diseases. When a disease is more or less constantly present from year to year in a moderate to severe form, the disease is confined to a particular area or country. This is because that pathogen is well established and of long persistent through its ability to survive from one crop season to the next in the soil, on the crop residue, or in the wild crop. Such diseases are either indigenous or of ancient introduction. The example of endemic disease is wart diseases of potato caused by Syncytium endoviticum, which is endemic in Darjeeling Hills. Next is epidemic, or also known as epiphytotic disease. Epidemic or epiphytotic diseases generally occur widely or periodically. They are generally sensitive to environmental factors. The pathogen may be present in endemic form in a particular area, but periodical favorable environment made them distinct or epidemic. Examples of epidemic or epiphytotic diseases are cereal rust, powdery mildew of grapes. Next is sporadic diseases. Sporadic diseases in reality belongs to the epidemic group. The term is applied to those diseases which occur at a very irregular intervals and locations and in relatively fewer instances. Example of sporadic diseases are angular leaf spot and blotch disease of cucumber. And last one is pandemic disease. These occur all over the world and result in mass mortality. Such diseases occur throughout the continent or subcontinent and result in mass mortality. Example of pandemic diseases are late blight of potato. So, these are the basic terms and definitions used in plant pathology. Thank you.